Hey everyone, my name is Nathan Payne. Welcome back to another episode of Blu Ocean Crypto. So today I want to cover Monsterra for you all. They just made their debut on the Apple App Store, so here's another crypto-compliant game. But what's really interesting is when you're on the App Store, the actual icon for the game literally says crypto. So this is the beginning. This is the new wave. We're seeing crypto games getting on app stores now with approval. Apple's obviously a big hurdle. So because this is happening live, I wanted to cover this game for you guys. Actually, I tried to jump in right away as soon as it got on Apple. The server was down for maintenance because they had some unexpected technical issue, and then I've been able to jump in after that. This is pretty cool. I've actually known about this one for a little while, but the iOS thing is huge. So just to kind of jump into it, you can see here, you can scan right there to get it on the App Store. I like how they have the official contact address right at the bottom where you can bring it up. It's on BNB and AVAX, which is cool. Also OKT chain and Aurora chain. And you can actually use these to log in when you first open the app, which is also kind of cool too. And just kind of scrolling down, talk about their story. There's a little bit of lore. It has to do with all these monsters. There's 5 different races. Obviously, you can imagine there's differences between all of those. You can see them down here. It starts with Tektos. Basically, they're kind of like the robot version. Then you've got Mystic, Beast, Celeste, and Chaos. And I like the art. It's definitely suiting for mobile. But then you can see here there's common, uncommon, rare, epic. And then legendary is actually locked. Talks about free play and earn, enjoy fun and profit with economical investment. So there's adventure. We open this up. Players lead their Majin squads to exploit hidden reward tokens in the new lands using tactical strategies. I like the tactical aspect of this game. Boss challenge. So you lead your armies to conquer the surrounding lands occupied by dreadful beasts. This is probably one of the funnest parts about the game because it's a little bit more challenging. Battlefront. Players lead their Majin armies to raid other players' lands to rob the resources. This is sweet. This has some of the NFT stuff kind of involved, and you're trying to go after other people's loot. Kind of reminds me of, I don't want to call it a wager match, but it kind of feels like that a little bit because you're obviously incentivized to go see other people's loot, but at the same time, you don't want anyone coming and taking yours. And then there's the arena. This is the head-to-head confrontations. Arena is kind of a big focus, I would say, especially with the teams that you're building and all this tactical kind of strategy that you're using with the game. They talk about their tokenomics down here. I have to admit, I wasn't the biggest fan of this split when I first seen it, but it's okay because they're kind of, I say okay. Seeing 20% team and advisor and then 15% private public, okay, I get that, but they're also taking 10% for marketing. That means they're not using any of their raise for marketing. It just feels like the ecosystem and the gaming is kind of low at 25%, right? Like it could be a lot higher, but then there's staking issuance. So it seems like the best way to do it is get the assets, stake them, make sure you're getting it, and then you've kind of got 25% that you can earn through the game. I imagine the ecosystem has to do with like earning when you're playing, and then the game issuance could be like rewards, leaderboards, things like that. Even still, it's not necessarily the best tokenomic split that I've ever seen. They're on the Apple App Store. They're another game that's now leading the way with compliance. And actually there's 2 tokens were pumping quite hard just the other day once it launched on Apple App Store. And I do like that it's multi-chain. It's kind of nice to see AVAX doing some more gaming stuff as well. They've been working on that for a while with quite a few projects. We can see the roadmap. They've gone through quite a bit now. They're actually, you can see here, they haven't quite checked this off, but this is what they were working on at the end of the year. All the guild stuff, clan dungeons, strongholds, world maps, boss events, tournament series, a desktop app version, Monster TV where you could watch and share. And then we can see 2024 esports and sponsorship, a lot of Mons TV stuff they were talking about, and then an MSTR universe expansion, new area for Monster holders. Backed by some notable names. Shima Capital is in like every play to earn project I see a lot. Huobi, Hashed, Ice-T Labs, Salit. Shima's definitely the most notable there, I would say. And then here's some of their strategic partners. GameFi, CoinMarketCap, Binance NFT. There's quite a few names on here I recognize too. Bitcoin Addict, that's cool to see there. AZ Capital, Red Kite, Star Terror, you know, little less known than the first list, but I like how they have the strategic partners here as well. I'm also familiar with Gains Associate. It's nice to see them there. They talk about their team, you know, down here. Kind of like the pictures that they use. I think that's cute. You can sign up for their newsletter. But one other thing I wanted to show you was kind of their marketplace, because this is really where you can start kind of going through and taking a look at everything. You know, recently listed, there's land plots here. Then you've got the Mongens, there's soul cores, runes, and items, you know, and really you want to make sure you understand this game properly before you just ape in, because there is a lot of differences between what's going to be necessarily good for you or better for you or the Mongens. So take your time learning this, get into the gameplay now. And I actually believe there's even some free assets that they give you just by signing up to the game or logging in. Get familiar. You know, you can spend quite a bit of time over here, understand what the difference is, why things are certain prices, but it's kind of nicely organized marketplace. I thought it was pretty decent. And of course, you can always follow them on Twitter. But like, this was just a recent announcement a few hours ago when I'm doing this video, you know, made its grand entrance on iOS, you know, so this is another game, like I said, moving into the App Store, and it's getting a lot of attention. So I'm going to be covering a lot of these games that are really making waves in the industry and helping bridge Web 2 and Web 3. Here's another one for you all. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. We really appreciate everyone who subscribed to the channel. It makes a big difference. I'll be doing some more videos on this coming up in the near future. I'm actually enjoying it quite a bit more than I thought. And of course, I appreciate everyone who smashed that like button. See you on the next video. Cheers.